You know what? This is a very sensitive topic, and I want to be very cautious on how I answer because it's very sensitive right now, especially because everybody's talking about it, and you know what I mean? I obviously don't support anything that has to do with any of child abuse, but R. Kelly, I mean, I just feel like the truth of the matter is, I know that I'm trying to be all proper and put myself together, but to me, he should have been in jail a long time ago. I don't even know how he's been out so long. Because just with that video that was leaked many years ago, that was enough proof to, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody has known.
So do you believe that he should be out partying amongst all of this stuff, like having a good time? Because like he was in a club the other night just like saying, F the allegations, I don't care. Like, do you think he should be out doing stuff like that?
I personally don't think that he should be out partying or doing any of that nonsense. However, were there people in the club supporting him after knowing everything that's happened? Okay, so, you know, it's very difficult. One person is not going to be the only one to stop or create a movement. You know, it has to be as a whole, as society. We all see that our children are being abused or things are being done to our children. We as a whole need to come together and say, you need to stop, or we need to talk, or we need to figure this out, or you need to be on timeout. There should be some type of legal actions, period, because I don't have any children. But if I were to have children and I were to find out that a grown man is even entertaining, touching, or making my daughter feel any type of way, oh, all hell's gonna break loose.
So I was just talking to a friend of mine, and you know, this R. Kelly stuff is really affecting people in a lot of different ways. I had to pull over because I got a little emotional because I found out R. Kelly was molested by his sister, and it's like, it's sad. It doesn't justify anything that he's done as an adult man. But I was molested by my babysitter, and she would make me do things that were really, really uncomfortable, and really, you know, I was scared to speak out. But I'm not scared anymore. And I think it's time in our community, the only way to heal it is to speak on it. And hey, I'm a talented man that was molested. I was touched. And it affected me in ways that I can't even explain. So for all those out there that have, it's okay to speak out. It's a lot of us. I'm praying for R. Kelly.
So I got an article this morning about how R. Kelly's music sales and his streams have spiked substantially since the release of Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. And I'm having a really difficult time understanding why. But I think it's important that I understand why. I really would like for you guys to help me understand what I'm missing, even if I'm missing something that I don't necessarily agree with. I just want to understand what I'm missing. So if you could sound off below, that'd be great. And we can continue the conversation Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time on our Facebook Live. And I really don't want to believe that it's because black girls don't matter enough. Or is that the reason? So let me...
Singer Keke Palmer, who calls herself a student of R. Kelly, has revealed she spent an hour crying after watching the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. In a lengthy and heartfelt Instagram post, Keke went on to express she's hurt and saddened by R. Kelly's alleged behavior. She writes, as a student of R. Kelly's, for the time I was, and having been around his light and understanding the obstacles he overcame as a child to actually be birthed into the musical genius he is today, all to put others through the same darkness he was running from, is the most disheartening thing to accept. She added, many people experience hardships and do not allow themselves to find freedom through their passion enough to shine a light. She continued, R. Kelly received that grace from God. God blessed him to vindicate his childhood shortcomings, and yet he still has slapped God in the face by his actions towards these women. Now, previously in a 2017 interview with me, Keke actually expressed gratitude to R. Kelly for encouraging her in the industry.
I spent a lot of time working with R. Kelly, and one thing that he told me, he was like, Keke, you don't need to shy away from your acting. You bring that to a part of your music. You make that take your music to the next level.
Getting back to her Instagram post, she wrapped it up by making it clear that she stands with her sisters because it's simply the right thing to do.
Earlier today, Lady Gaga became the latest high-profile artist to speak out against R. Kelly, writing on Twitter, I stand behind these women 1,000%. Believe them, know they are suffering and in pain, and feel strongly that their voices should be heard and taken seriously.
Is people, you know what I mean?
No, I think everybody at this point, if you watch that documentary and you're still bumping to bump and grind, something is wrong with you.
Well, there's still people that are bumping to it. But
that's terrible.
I went to the club this weekend and we booed it, okay? We
That's
like,
what I
boo,
want. That's
take
what
it
you
off.
want.
That's what you...
Crazy times right now. I'm sure you've heard about that R. Kelly documentary. That's
I spoke on it briefly. I mean, I didn't really say much. Just I support the mute R. Kelly situation.
Right, yeah. Okay, so you're not listening to his music, right? You know, so with that in mind, you know, there's another documentary about Michael Jackson that's coming out that the estate is pissed off about. Should we mute Michael Jackson because of the allegations? Because R. Kelly hasn't been, you know, proven of anything in court yet, right? So
there were no videotapes of Michael Jackson peeing on little girls or little boys. There was no undeniable proof that Michael Jackson did any of that stuff. Actually, a lot of the people that came forward and said that he did that stuff came forward after he died and said that it didn't really happen, that they were just trying to get some money. So with that being said, no, I don't think we should mute Michael Jackson because it was still accusation with Michael Jackson. We got proof that R. Kelly was doing what he's doing, and we got proof that he's been doing it for years. There's always going to be allegation. With celebrity comes allegation, with celebrity comes accusation, with celebrity comes, with fame comes all of these things. But on the other side of it, it's one thing for it to be proof in your face. Like there's no denying what happened. He's not even denying what happened at this point. I'm not saying that I'm not guilty for looking the other way too, because I definitely did. You know, I've never seen the tape,
right?
And I actually went on tour with R. Kelly a few years back. It was an experience to say the least. I won't even go into it, but mind you, at the time, I knew of the tape and I knew of the accusation, and I didn't take it seriously because I honestly didn't feel like I didn't feel like it was real.
Do you feel any guilt about that now, in hindsight, knowing what you know now, or how you feel differently?
To be honest with you, yeah. To be honest with you, yeah. I mean, when I was on tour with R. Kelly, I wasn't the father of a daughter at that time.
Okay.
You know, I now have an 8-year-old daughter, and it just hits a little closer to home.
Having girls has kind of changed your. A girl has changed your.
It definitely has.
Yeah.
And mind you, again, I'm not denying guilt in the regard of overlooking, in the regard of looking the other way. A lot of people did, and we have for years.
Right.
But as John Legend said it best on that documentary, time's up, man. It's time's up.